Yeah, welcome everyone. Repeat, no one saw anything. No one saw anything. We are talking about Terrans. This is the Terran killer himself, the Brazilian Protoss player, MasTeR.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have the Peruvian Zerg player himself representing Xeritus Ignite. It is NeosShaggy. Oh boy, and yeah, unfortunately the last Terran player of this side of the bracket has been eliminated, so in the lower portion of the bracket, only Protosses and Zergs, if I recall.
Is it? Let me quickly check, just to be sure. Let's see. Protoss. Kamikaze was Terran or was Zerg? I don't remember.
Terran.
Yes, you are correct. There are no more Terrans. Only Protoss and Zerg. So my life is now even more miserable. Thank you, late.
What do you mean? We're getting a Terran qualified in the upper bracket. What are you talking about?
Mate, but I am not casting the upper bracket at the moment. What are you talking about?
Look, do you really want to cast TVT after TVT after TVT?
You don't?
No. Shaking my head. Ay. So yeah, you can rest easy knowing that at least one Terran player is going to qualify today.
Mate, in before, Alexander pulls an ace from under the belt and he qualifies instead.
Let's go, Alexander. Stop the TVT qualifying match. You can do it.
Yeah. But yeah, meanwhile, MasTeR, what is that prop doing? Like,
yeah.
For 1 second, I was like, he's cutting for proxies, but then I remember it's NeosShaggy's a Zerg, and I'm like, what proxies are he's gonna scout?
Yeah, a bit of an odd choice here with that probe. Maybe thinking about throwing down just a proxy pylon, just like
no. I get it now. You know what it is?
What?
He was baiting the Overlord to go all the way around. Look. He's looking for something that is not there.
Yeah, but I mean, what else is the Overlord gonna do? Like,
I mean, usually Zerg players sends two Overlords to the Protoss bases early on to scout. No, and suddenly you have one less Overlord to scout. That's relevant,
Yeah, I mean, kind of. Thankfully, the Overlord is still alive and is going to rotate over towards the right-hand side. Meanwhile, the first Overlord of NeosShaggy goes all the way into the main base, and he does confirm the Stargate opener, is even able to confirm the first unit coming out of said Stargate.
Yeah, meanwhile, pretty standard all on the other side of the map. I'm impressed that Shade did not finish. That could have been a really good adept to the space, but yeah, 3 bases for NeosShaggy. Serling Spin is about to finish. Sports are getting ready for the bases for that Oracle. Pretty standard so far for both players.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have a second Oracle behind this, so it looks like a standard hero opener from MasTeR. Should be getting a third Oracle. There is that third Nexus on location as well. MasTeR just chilling out here, making sure that the base gets up and running, and it doesn't get denied by any kind of Ling run-bys.
Thank you, Viper, in the chat for pointing out that Kamikaze is Terran. So we do have one Terran hub in this side of the bracket, mate.
He's already out.
Wait, he's already out?
Yeah. Dark Unnamed. It went to the ace match, but Dark Unnamed did take down Kamikaze.
No, my hopes and dreams die with him.
Shout out to Dark Unnamed for rocking up once again. I guess we can talk about a little bit more about that later, about some of the other players that have shown up. Meanwhile, we were talking about that Ling run by, and it does finally rock up here. The Oracles moved out at just the wrong moment, and the Lings will be able to get at least a sentry.
Yeah, 1 sentry, not the best trade, but I mean, 1 sentry is still 1 sentry, 1 less force field that is gonna give you trouble later on, and you force the Oracles to return home as well.
Yeah, they were even forced to activate their Pulsar Beam as well to help clean up all of those Lings. Meanwhile, another Ling run-by being set up here, slowly going to be headed towards that third base once again. And these Oracles that we opened up with haven't really been able to do too much here. Actually, it looks like they will get a Queen.
Oh, the queen and the tumor. Like, nice, nice. One only queen immediately got sniped out, and yeah, oracles still rolling around. Like, I don't think they're gonna do much economic damage, but they're gonna be annoying to chase for a while.
Yeah, definitely. We do see immediately NeosShaggy does respond as well, pulling the drones away, trying to make sure that the Spore gets as much damage on these oracles as possible. 3 more drones go down. And we do see that NeosShaggy is responding with +1 melee. So again, the more standard response here to Blink Stalkers to try and overwhelm and be able to get on top of them with not just +1 but +2 melee. And yeah, MasTeR is just chilling at home. Oh, there's no shield battery here though, so he is vulnerable to get surrounded.
Yeah, no shield battery, no devs, no zealots, only stalkers. That is definitely not the best unit to play against the Rombai of Zerlings. And there we go, the 3 adepts got out. The Zerlings are gonna just run back, and that, it was a nice trade.
Yeah, that was a beautiful trade there again. MasTeR slipping up a little bit, only just now throwing down some of that stack defense. So a great trade here, just slowing down that Stalker count. We were talking about it in the other matchup. Like when it comes to these Protoss Gateway units, you want to slowly build them up over time. You want to be able to snowball. You want to be able to get to critical mass. So good start here for NeosShaggy.
Yeah, not a bad start for him. He's still building a lot more Zerlings. I'm a little bit worried for him that only now he has started the Roach Warren. I think it's a little bit late, in my opinion. He has a Baneling Nest plus 1 attack. He's almost finished, so he has a lot of Zerlings. But I'm not sure how much pressure you can really put into your opponent with that.
Well, I mean, he finds 4 more Stalkers in the middle of the map. Again, I'm not too sure why they were here. MasTeR trying to exert himself a little bit is going to get surrounded, and some more Stalkers are going to go down.
Yeah, 2 Stalkers down again for basically free. Just seconds away from +1 finishing for the Zerg player. The Lair is about to finish as well, and now you can see only Stalkers. Stalkers against a million Zerlings. Even with those 2 oracles, I don't like the odds, man.
Yeah, I don't like the odds either. We even have a bunch of queens here for that anti-air to help deal with those oracles. There's not a lot of creeps right here though, unfortunately. So because that, NeosShaggy is going to have a hard time really engaging here. So he's going to go, or at least trying to set up for a bit of a surround.
Yeah, that blink is helping a lot MasTeR to reposition the Stalkers as soon as they're surrounded, and they're going to look, surround, blink. Yes, and NeosShaggy is afraid to engage because of the 4 oracles above the Stalkers that can wipe out those Zerlings in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, like that's where the queens come in, but that's why the revelation was pretty important. Every single creep tumor just got cleaned up. Without the creep, the queens can't really push on forward. They can't really support these links.
Yeah, this is an interesting dance that MasTeR is doing, and it's working out, mate. Another overall is gonna get sniped. And now we see why there were only like Zerlings being built now for NeosShaggy. Aspire is about to finish.
Yeah, he wants to get into his meters. Meanwhile, at the same time, we do have a bit of a zealot run by here on the left-hand side, but the Lings are already in position. Charge isn't even done, by the way, so the zealots are going to get completely cleaned up, but that is going to leave these queens vulnerable.
Yeah, the queens are vulnerable. There is nothing here to defend, only a couple of roaches, but with so many stalkers here, and man, the stasis might behind these.
Oh, the stasis traps are going to go up on every single one of these Lings.
Yeah, every Ling here died, and not died. In stasis, they're not going to be able to help. This hatchery is basically for forfeits.
Yeah, the hatchery is going to go down. NeosShaggy knocked down to 3 of these bases. And this is a terrifying thought because these hatcheries aren't just for they aren't just for bases, they aren't just for your economy, they're for larva, especially when you're going for a Ling heavy composition like this. And MasTeR, he is starting to snowball hard. He's getting a little bit too out of control.
Yeah, 172 supply for MasTeR, 116 for NeosShaggy, mate. The army supply is double for MasTeR, and I think he can just steamroll his opponent from here on.
Yeah, the queens are vulnerable. The roaches are vulnerable as well. We have those charges coming in from the backline. GG gets called, and MasTeR will take the first game.
GG, everyone.
Yeah, that was not a bad game from NeosShaggy. Like, he did have a relatively good opener and a really relatively good start. But you could argue that it was just, especially when you're up against this hero style, maybe a little bit too greedy to go into a Spire. I understand like the urge to go into it, because once you get mutas out, then you can really start shutting down those oracles. But there was like a moment there, a window where he was the most vulnerable, and that's exactly when MasTeR was pushing in.
Yeah, definitely. For NeosShaggy game number 2, NeosShaggy, just hear me out. Just make a Roach Warren, and that's it.
I mean, he had a Roach Warren. That's the thing. He had it, but like he wanted to save his gas. You know, he wanted mutas that he was never able to make. You know, Roach.
Yeah, but that is game number 1. You know, as this all these series are best of 3s, so MasTeR is not just one game and advance to the next round. He needs to win a second one. So NeosShaggy, he still got a shot, and now that he sees what he did versus his opponent in the first series, he can adapt.
Yeah, he definitely can, depending on the map. And an interesting map. We are going to be loading into Moondance. Oh boy.
Yeah, like man, two times in a row, 2 series in a row. What a strange day today. This only happens in Latin American qualifiers from DreamHack.
True. Does only happen here. And again, we saw how well Davil was able to make use of it in his series. But of course, that is a bit of a different race. That's a bit of a different matchup. Here in a PvZ, the dynamic is going to be a little bit different.
And there we go. Welcome everyone to Moondance LA, and spawning here. The winner of our previous series and the winner of our previous game. This is MasTeR.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Moondance, we have the Peruvian Zerg player himself representing Xeritus Ignat. It is NeosShaggy.
So, Light, I have a weird question for you.
Go for it.
You know how in this game MasTeR is red, NeosShaggy is pink?
Yes.
So, of course, NeosShaggy and MasTeR chose those colors. So, my question is, Light, do you have a favorite color to use in game?
Green.
Why though? Green? But mate, ducks are not green.
Ducks? A duck can be green.
What?
Yeah, the male, Muscovy duck? No, not Muscovy. Yeah, you know how they have the green head?
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, you're stretching it a little bit, but... Yeah, well, is that why you're green, Light, or do you have any other reason?
I think I was green, like, in Heart of the Swarm, and it just stuck. I don't think there's no reason for it. It just is.
It is now part of your core personality.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, for my part, and if someone has probably seen me play in tournaments every now and again, I always use light blue.
Oh yeah, I've noticed. Teal.
Teal, yes.
Yeah. It's not a bad color. It's interesting how some players express themselves like that.
Others don't care.
I've noticed because we have been casting a lot of Dolan recently. Dolan, he picks yellow. He's always yellow.
Maybe because he's a true duck.
True. He's a very true duck. He is.
Oh, and more now that he is now a true duck.
Yeah. he's double duck. It's crazy. So yeah, it's interesting to see some players use colors like that. Some of the more quirky colors we don't see too often.
Yeah, chat. If you're still watching us, what's your favorite color?
Yeah, let us know.
But yeah, now with that out of the way, we have the initial openings of our players. NeosShaggy went for a very, very standard, hatch gas pool into a quick tier base, tier hatchery. Meanwhile, MasTeR, he's now going for the other tech choice that Protoss players usually take in PvZ, which is a Twilight console opening.
Yeah, going for the Twilight console opener. So this is interesting. We were talking about it in the previous series, but Moondance has the shortest rush distance by ground, and I was not expecting this. The Madman is going straight for a Blink Stalker opener.
I was crossing fingers that it was Glaive Adept, but no, it is going to be Blink Stalker. I mean, let me be honest, Blink did wonders for him the previous game, so I thought, that Overlord kill should not have happened. But yeah, Blink did wonders for him the previous game with how well he engaged the Zerling army of NeosShaggy. Why not repeat it and now even earlier?
Yeah, this is looking to shape up to be a 2-base Blink Stalker all-in, 4 gates in total. Again, this is very unorthodox. This doesn't happen in this matchup too often, and it's going to be difficult for NeosShaggy to read this, but he slips in.
Yeah, the wall is not a wall. The Zerlings go in, they saw the toilet console, they have not seen the gates. They're about to... Yes, they see it.
Yeah, they see the gates, and now he knows 100% that this is going to be a 2-base all, and immediately we have a Roach Warren on the way. We have an additional gas being taken. NeosShaggy has to drone up now while he can, and then cut drones at around 40 as soon as possible. He actually, oh my god, he gets in again?
Almost gets in again, like...
Ooh.
Yeah, that Adept is too teammate. He needs to eat more.
Yeah, he does. Oh god, the Adept somehow manages to survive, so a lot of Lings already lost here for NeosShaggy. Goes into the pocket base just to make sure that it is indeed going to be an all-in. And now I worry, we've got 45 drones. Okay, we need to stop. We need to stop droning. We need nothing but army right now.
So yeah, 5 roaches, Zerlings are on the way. I will not mind if he even drops a few spines, you know, to help with the incoming attack. But yeah, NeosShaggy should just focus on defense. I like that he had the Roach Warren early. You know, he started building as soon as he saw the gates, and there we go. The question is he gonna have enough for when the army arrives? Because he was supply block, mate. He was supply block, and I'm scared. No, he made 7 drones.
Why are you droning, puppy? We have 7 more drones on the way. We have a lair on the way as well. Like, he's spending so much resources on not roaches, and roaches are what he needed, and these roaches here are not going to be, there's just not enough.
Yeah, these roaches are not going to be enough. There are 26 Zerlings on the way, which might help, but remember guys, these stalkers can blink and just get out of the way of those Zerlings, and mate, I think this base is going to be forfeit.
Yeah, the 3rd base is going to go down. MasTeR already dealing so much damage here. We do see the Lings are coming on in, but there's not that much creep. It is receding, and we do have those blinks coming out.
Yeah, nice blinks to immediately save all of these stalkers, mate. He has not, I think, a single stalker yet, and all of the Lings are dead, and now there are only queens and a couple of roaches remain to engage, and this is definitely not enough.
Oh, it's not going to be enough. Meanwhile, it looks like with the final... Oh my god, the Prism survives. GG gets called, and MasTeR takes it 2-0.
GG. Good game, MasTeR. Good game. I'm gonna be honest, like, this second game, it hurt me even more than watching Tabu lose the previous round.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Unfortunately, NeosShaggy just misread the situation. Like, he got into the main base and he should have been able to connect the dots and recognize it's a 2-base all-in. It looked as if he didn't quite make that connection in the end. He, I guess, thought that MasTeR was going to expand behind it and take the natural base or something else. And because of that, we saw the droning. We saw the tech. He even had +1 range on the way. Like, again, resources being spent to get into the mid game when he needed just army then and there.
Yeah, GG. Like, you need to have NeosShaggy contact Ryu and have him like give him a few lessons.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, GG, well played to NeosShaggy. You know, I despite that, like, I was impressed with game 1. Game 1, he wasn't looking too bad. You know, like, more or less things were making sense. So I hope he doesn't take things too much to heart, and I hope he's able to learn from this, grow as a player, and come back stronger.
Yeah, but with that out of the way, mate, I think our next match is gonna be very exciting to watch. I love Icecar in game chat. He's saying this is the Brazilian Clásico. And I agree, because mate, we are going to see hermano versus hermano. No, Countrymen versus countrymen. It's gonna be MasTeR versus the Zerglord.
Yeah, the new Brazilian classic, I will say, because I feel like before this year, it was more of, say, the Zerglord versus Shakti, right? Like that was more of like what we would see more of, just because Shakti was that much more active in the scene. But as Shakti steps down, making room for the next generation, MasTeR has been able to step up.
Yeah, and now we're going to see them again. We see them like plenty often in weeklies these last few months, and now we're going to see him again in DreamHack MasTeR Qualifier. And unfortunately, Light, one of these two is gonna go home today.
Yeah, one of them will be eliminated again. Two players that deserve to be in that closed qualifiers. The Zerglord barely didn't make the cut last season, if you remember. It was Tavo who denied him. It was Tavo who stopped the Zerglord in both qualifiers. It was brutal to watch, and that's what led to the Zerglord announcing his retirement, if you remember that. But you know, since then he did come back to the game, and I want to see him do well. I want to see him excel here, and MasTeR is going to be a massive hurdle in front of him.